Meghan Markle posted a bizarre video on her social media yesterday, which sent several people into absolute meltdown. It is the cringiest, most uncomfortable piece of tape I've seen in a long time. I'm sorry, but I'm going to make you watch it.
Is it me? Is it me, or is there nothing this woman... Is she ever going to get to the point where she literally looks in the mirror and goes, nobody's interested in my jam or my life, nobody likes me, shut the hell up?
I'm sorry, but I'm going to make you watch it. SOT 24.
1 month, 2 months, 3 months, hit the baby mama when I'm stepping through the door.
She's
yeah, I'm pregnant,
supposedly 9 months pregnant in the hospital room.
One video from Meghan Markle has turned her life upside down, creating a mess that seems almost impossible to fix. What was supposed to be a heartfelt personal moment has spiraled into a massive financial blow and a full-blown PR crisis.
We know who you are. You helped kill the Queen. You didn't give two shits about calling the royal family racist while Prince Philip was on his deathbed and casting aspersions on him.
Apparently, the video changed her life in a big way, all because millions of people online turned it into a trolling frenzy.
Meghan Markle has posted a cringy video of her and Prince Harry dancing in a hospital room.
Millions have vanished, and the consequences are still piling up. Ever since Meghan's viral Instagram video went sideways, it hasn't just caused problems for her, but also for her entire team and even Netflix. And the longer that video stays up, the worse things seem to be getting.
To make it into an ego trip, which she's clearly doing. Look at me dancing. I'm still fun and I'm sexy and I have this great marriage. And here's Harry being like a normal guy.
Meghan, who's been working hard to fix her public image with the launch of her new brand, With Love Meghan, thought it'd be a great idea to drop an emotional, picture-perfect video to announce her pregnancy. But instead of warm reactions and praise, it totally backfired.
My thoughts are, what did I just watch? What was?
People weren't cheering, they were rolling their eyes. Social media went in, and global reactions weren't just critical, they were brutal. Most viewers thought the video came off as tone-deaf, out of touch, and way too staged. The internet didn't just dislike it, it pretty much shut it down.
Yeah, I said I'm pregnant. Get the child support and pay my rent. Your opinion is irrelevant because I'm a baby mama. I can do what I wanna. That is the song she's dancing to.
And now in the days since that video went live, something much bigger is going down. Business deals are falling apart. Brands are pulling away. And partnerships are freezing. No one wants to associate with the Meghan Markle name at the moment, not with public opinion turning sour the way it has. Even if no one's saying it out loud, the conversation behind closed doors is buzzing. PR teams are on edge, investors are stepping away, and sources close to Meghan are reportedly calling it a full-blown crisis. The backlash hit like a truck, and fast. Meghan's been under the spotlight before, but this feels different. It's not just people criticizing her, it's them rejecting her altogether. And that rejection is hitting where it hurts. The video's being labeled a PR disaster, and honestly, it's not hard to see why.
I'm nurturing you and I see you so deeply, and I love being able to see your growth, and I'm just so proud of them.
So beautiful.
Oh, I don't know, I wasn't expecting that one. Yeah, they're just it's just so great. This is why it's so nice to not have makeup on.
Right?
Thank you.
It wasn't just that folks didn't like it, they felt like it missed the mark completely. It looked too polished, too scripted, and totally disconnected from reality. And sadly, that just made things worse. Even some of her longtime fans are stepping away quietly.
You know she's going to say something or do something dramatic. You just don't know which platform she's going to monetize it on. Mystery is power. Look at the royal family. And Meghan gave all of hers away, one interview at a time.
To make matters worse, just when she could have used some good press to balance things out, word got out that the second season of her brand series, With Love Meghan, is dealing with major setbacks.
Every grievance, every private conversation, every subtle slight turned into a headline, from Oprah to Spotify to Netflix.
Some reports claim it's now facing delays and creative struggles, with rumors swirling that the whole project might be on thin ice. What was supposed to be a clean slate has turned into one more thing for her to juggle. And let's not forget, this comes after years of carefully rebuilding her image since leaving the royal life. Meghan had locked down big deals, landed partnerships, and managed to stay in the media spotlight. But in Hollywood, success is fragile. Loyalty fades fast when profits dip, and right now, she's losing both. People in the entertainment world and branding circles are finally saying what they've kept quiet about for a while. Meghan's name doesn't spark the same buzz it used to. Sure, she still makes headlines, but that doesn't mean people want to work with her. The hype has cooled down, and the phone calls just aren't coming in like they used to. To make matters worse, Meghan Markle also posted a video on June 4th writing, "4 years ago today, this also happened. Both of our children were a week past their due dates. So when spicy food, all that walking and acupuncture didn't work, there was only one thing left to do." One insider even came forward and said, "This is exactly why Queen Elizabeth knew this whole half-in, half-out version of royalty that they were lobbying for was never, ever going to work." People online mocked Meghan for how strange her baby bump looked, with some even joking that it seemed like she was hiding something inside because it appeared so unusual.
She's waiting for she's twerking with the baby to try and make the baby come. This is to induce Elizabeth's birth.
Critics also slammed the video as completely unnecessary, accusing her of using the bump to grab attention or prove she was actually pregnant, even though, according to them, there was no reason to do so. Now here's the thing about Meghan Markle. She's clearly trying hard to stay in the spotlight. Whether it's a short appearance or a minor role, she's been pushing for any opportunity in a film or TV. It's obvious she knows her time with Netflix is running out.
But the minute you sign a $100 million deal with Spotify and now you're posting yourself twerking, this is getting worse, this video. She's getting lower by the minute. He's now playing with his groin. I think there is now sick essentially in my mouth. There is a little bit of sick just at the back.
The pressure is on. She's been trying to convince CEO Ted Sanderos to approve a third season of her series, or at least extend her contract somehow. But here's where it gets tricky. Her now infamous pregnancy video didn't just upset Netflix, other studios took notice too.
So no amount of humanizing videos, even if she managed to find one, are going to work.
Paramount, for example, recently cut ties with her, and insiders say the last straw for them was that exact video. But instead of staying quiet, Meghan seems to be pushing back at the backlash. She's clapping back at critics, almost poking fun at how that Instagram moment blew up in her face. And while the drama from the video continues, Meghan is still caught in a very public mess that began during her Netflix journey. The latest update? She's doubling down again, firing back at the voices calling her out after the video didn't land the way she'd hoped. Let's be honest, most people aren't really interested in hearing Meghan Markle talk about parenting or what it means to be a mom or dad. No everyday parent with basic common sense is looking to Meghan for advice.
Meghan shares like she's live tweeting a breakup in real time. There's no pacing, no sense of occasion. And when you constantly overshare, people stop listening. You dull your own impact. Oversharing doesn't build trust. It erodes credibility and it makes people question what's real.
Yet the show plans to add more scenes where she dishes out tips while she's baking, cooking, or doing random stuff around the house. And let's not forget that fancy kitchen isn't even her real home. It's a rented set made just for the show. She also keeps circling back to the same topics, claiming toxic masculinity is everywhere, defending DEI programs, and insisting that sexism and misogyny are still huge problems, not just in America, but the UK and beyond. These buzzwords get tossed around a lot by Meghan and others like her, and honestly it feels like they're using them more to spark controversy than to start real conversations. But here's the thing, it's just not landing. There's no depth, no strong point, and definitely no clear takeaway from what she's saying. It all ends up feeling kind of empty. And when it's coming from someone like Meghan Markle, it's even harder for people to take it seriously.
She's reportedly bullied virtually everybody who's ever worked for her. She can't keep a staff in London. She can't keep a staff in Montecito. She's a bully. She's obsessed with her own ego, face on television, etc., and playing the victim.
Everything's gone quiet, and those phones just aren't lighting up like they used to. That's the hard truth. And let's be real, it isn't just about one video. Sure, the pregnancy announcement clip was the spark that blew up, but the fuel has been piling on for a while. Folks have been whispering about Meghan being everywhere at once, pushing stories that feel forced, and losing touch with what regular people relate to. These days, people want real talk, honesty, and a bit of humility. Meghan's whole brand was supposed to stand on those pillars, but now nobody's buying it. It's not just her image on the line, it's the money too. Meghan's ventures were tied to all kinds of deals: brand partnerships, endorsements, media contracts, lifestyle lines, and online content. Right now, every single one of those deals feels shaky. Insiders have reported that her own net worth has taken a serious hit because of some of her recent choices. Think about what happened when she and Harry left the royal family. They gambled everything on building their own empire away from the palace. They shifted from royalty to influencers, from princes and princesses to CEOs and content producers. At first, it looked like a winning bet, but this mess is a reminder of just how fast things can flip.
We don't like you, Meghan Markle. We don't like you. And no amount of posting videos that you think are going to humanize you will make us like you. You've already shown us your true colors.
Some of the people who used to be in Meghan's corner have begun to quietly step back. In showbiz, where appearance really is everything, getting labeled as too much baggage is a serious problem. Once industry insiders decide they don't want to be linked with you, it can take years to restore trust, if it ever comes back at all. The same Hollywood studios and branding partners that once welcomed her with open arms are now keeping their distance, hoping they don't get dragged into the fallout. There's no outright hostility, but the polite no thanks emails keep rolling in. Meetings get canceled, and suddenly the stage that was all hers feels empty. So where does Meghan go from here? Can she bounce back? Honestly, public opinion can be a roller coaster, and the internet moves faster than lightning. In the celebrity world, reputations are delicate. One misstep can wipe the slate clean. Meghan has a decision to make. She can stick with the same narrative she's been running, or she can change direction entirely. Either way, she's got to figure out a new way to reach people, because clearly, the old playbook isn't working anymore. The world has shifted, and audiences now have a sixth sense for what feels genuine and what feels staged. And when they smell insincerity, they bail fast. The real issue isn't just that video, it's what it exposed. A huge gap between Meghan's image and the folks she's speaking to. That disconnect is costing her more than just a few headlines. It's testing everything she's built since stepping away from the royals. Can she recover?
Like the gross disrespect to the intimacy and privacy of marriage and childbirth. You know, there are some moments that are supposed to be between a husband and a wife only.
Maybe, but only if she takes a long, honest look at herself and overhauls how she presents her brand, her content, and herself in public. Because right now, people just aren't buying what she's selling. And in her world, that's the most dangerous place to be. One of Meghan Markle's close friends has stepped in to defend her, calling out the cruel and disgusting backlash she's been getting over that old hospital video she shared for Princess Lilibet's birthday. Imagine for a moment what it would feel like to have some of the happiest and most vulnerable moments of your life turned into ammunition for hate. Boozy50 told Newsweek, every maternity dress and every baby video becomes evidence for strangers obsessively trying to prove your pregnancies were a sham, he continued. It's sickening and cruel. The social media expert who appeared in the couple's 2022 Harry and Meghan documentary explained how ridiculous lies about the royals have become a full-blown harassment campaign. Boozy added, we cannot ignore the real-world impact that this kind of sustained conspiracy harassment has. He noted that Markle, who is 43, has spoken about how she had ending herself thoughts at the height of the abuse while living in England. One doesn't have to stretch to see a link between that despair and the ceaseless torrent of vilification she endured, Boozy said. Beyond the personal toll on Meghan and Harry, there's a broader societal damage to consider, he concluded. When conspiracy theories like these flourish, they corrode our collective grasp on reality and decency. In addition to Boozy, Candace Dillard also vehemently defended the suit's alum from a social media user who claimed, no woman 9 months pregnant moves that way. The troll added, that belly is lumpy, and Meg moves it around like a sack of jelly beans. Where is the uncomfortable mom to be? Because this woman has no clue what it feels like to be in labor or even induced. Induced moms are nervous about the pain. Dillard, 38, tweeted, actually at 9 months pregnant, I was leg pressing 3 times my weight, doing pull-ups twice my weight, and walking several miles on a treadmill. So, STFU. and just say that you hate a black woman married to a white prince. The Real Housewives of Potomac star shared a photo from her own labor highlighting her lumpy, uneven, stretched and swollen belly. Misogyny has no expiration date, she quipped. According to GB News, they didn't end there, but branded the duo a law unto themselves from the start, pushing the envelope to their own professional and financial advantage. However, there was a separate insider too, who spoke with the Mail after that video went live and compared Queen Elizabeth's forethought to this event. Her late Majesty was nobody's fool, and knew that the chances were it would all end in disaster. What is pertinent to mention is that insiders aren't the only ones to take offense. Many, like Ms. Daniela Elzer and other notable commentators, also stepped forward right when the video popped up and branded it vulgar, and recalled being horrified by it. The calls Harry and Meghan faced afterwards were to keep such moments hidden. However, one insider claims all this rolled off Meghan's back because she doesn't care about the haters calling her vulgar. So, Meghan is very pleased with the video. In the UK, everyone's reaction has been a bit prudish, but everywhere else, particularly in America, and especially with young people, it has been a huge hit. Meghan Markle isn't going through a dramatic fall. With headline screaming or public meltdowns, it's the quiet kind. The kind where one day you realize fewer people are returning your calls. That's where she's at right now. The public is backing away. The industry is starting to lose faith. And behind the scenes, things are getting messy on a personal level.
To staged whispers in People magazine, it's been non-stop. The Worldwide Privacy Tour on South Park, it's come to life. That's what we're witnessing in this hospital.
People close to her say she's shocked, frustrated, and honestly didn't see any of this coming. She thought that video, the one meant to be emotional and powerful, would mark her big return. Instead, it completely missed the mark. And now, she's not just facing a flood of bad headlines, she's dealing with something much deeper, an identity crisis. Since leaving the royal family, Meghan has built her brand on control over the story, the image, the message. But that grip is slipping. The story is no longer hers to shape, and the public is starting to see past the polished exterior. They're beginning to ask tough questions. Where's the vulnerability? Where's the real Meghan? Why does everything feel so carefully staged?
Hospital room right here.
I mean, that's the point. It was all about privacy. It was all about how they were in this goldfish bowl and how the British press, but in fact the world's press, were out for nothing other than to destroy them and to make them feel like allegedly Diana felt in the end.
Even her relationship with Prince Harry is being questioned again. Tabloids, social media threads, and online comments are buzzing with speculation. Are they still united? Is Harry still in her corner? Or is he having doubts? People close to them say they're standing strong, but with all this heat on them, any couple would feel the pressure. Meanwhile, Meghan's attempts to rebound with new content are falling flat. The projects she hoped would reignite interest are quietly being shelved. Podcast episodes are getting delayed. Documentary pitches are being turned down. And her team is scrambling to hold things together. But the truth is, the public just isn't responding. Her career isn't stalling because of one misstep. It's because the trust people once placed in her is slipping away. What once seemed fresh and brave now feels overproduced and disconnected. And audiences, they've checked out. This isn't just a bump in the road, it's a starting point. Meghan's learning the hard way that fame isn't forever, and relevance has to be earned. Lose the connection with people, and everything else falls with it. What makes things worse is that there doesn't seem to be a real plan to fix it. Instead of pulling back and reevaluating, her team seems to be pushing harder, still trying to sell the same old story, still painting her as misunderstood. But people aren't buying it anymore. They're done with the gloss and they want something real. Right now, Meghan's got two options. She can keep doubling down, hoping this storm passes on its own, or she can take a breath, strip it all back, and reintroduce herself in a way that feels genuine. But she has to act fast, because this isn't just a bad PR week, it's a full-on crisis. Meghan, once the center of attention and a media darling, is now standing in a very different place. The calls have slowed, the opportunities are drying up, and the public's moved on. If nothing changes soon, the question won't be what she does next. It'll be whether she still has a stage to do anything at all.